Here at Scottish Renewables Offshore Wind 2024, I'm keen to find out about some of the opportunities and challenges there are for communities in the supply chain in delivering both ScotWind and INTOG. One developer is Thistle Wind Partners. They've got 2 gigawatts worth of projects, and I'm keen to ask them a little bit about grid connection, a little bit about the supply chain, and just to find out more about how they plan to deliver the project. So let's find out. Hi, Gavin, Jean, thank you for joining me this morning.
Thanks for having us.
Good to see you.
Now, can you give us a quick overview of Thistle Wind Partners and its projects?
Sure. So Thistle Wind Partners are a French-Belgian consortium. We are developing 2 ScotWind projects. Ayre to the east of Orkney is 1 gigawatt and the base case is for floating. Bowden is off the coast of Aberdeenshire and it's also 1 gigawatt, base case fixed bottom. So that's us in a nutshell.
Great, so 2 gigawatts of wind power, what does that mean?
Well, that's a lot of homes that we're going to power, and it's a lot of decarbonised electricity. But it's also about being impactful in the regions and the communities that we operate in.
Okay, and what sort of reaction have you had from the communities?
I would say mixed, if being honest, Murray. We've had some really positive feedback in terms of energy security and the potential to bring jobs to those communities, but there's also confusion. There's a huge amount of infrastructure being planned in these areas, and I don't think the community have got a full understanding of the scale of that. So I think it's with all of us within the industry to make sure that that communication is taken forward, and I don't think we're quite hitting it yet. So I think there's work to do there.
Okay, so a bit of work to be done on the communities to let them know more about the benefits of what it is as an industry is being done.
And even to explain just the scale of what we're looking to do, not only from the transmission owner point of view, but the developers, also onshore developments. It's all of those projects together.
Okay, and Gavin, from a supply chain perspective, there must be huge opportunities for Scotland here.
Yeah, it's massive, and one of our USPs is that we've got our marine balance of plant EPCI contractor locked in from day one. They're one of our major investors. So we're working with Demi Offshore to explore how they build their supply chain capacity in Scotland ahead of time, so that supply chain is pre-qualified to supply our projects. But it's also there to bid into other ScotWind, INTOG and UK projects. We're using that lead-in to work with the supply chain to overcome some of those traditional kind of hurdles to SME participation in offshore wind, and also just engaging more of the Scottish supply chain in offshore wind projects. We're also working through the strategic investment model with all of our developer peers, and plus our own kind of global networks of future potential inward investments into Scotland that would lead to some of the major component manufacturing that our projects will require. So there's lots of strands of activity happening.
Great, and Jean, you mentioned some of the challenges, I guess. What are the major challenges that you see with delivering such huge projects?
I suppose time is probably one of the key things, understanding exactly when we can connect as developers, part of the holistic network design process. We're still waiting to kind of understand those kind of timing, and that then leads on to how we plan our projects going forward when we look to spend our development spend as well. And also how we interact with other projects. If we're on this similar timeline, we can potentially work together, collaboration, do some of those activities together. That's beneficial for the community in terms of minimising impact, also beneficial for the projects in terms of financial spend. So there's lots around there. Challenges in working a different way. Traditionally, most projects have worked, singularly. We're now trying to all come together. The processes and governance around that's all quite new to all these projects. But in the background, the clock is still ticking. We're still trying to move these projects forward. So there's definitely, I would say, time is probably our main challenge. Working together with the transmission owners, with the ESO. Obviously, there's a huge amount of regulation change going on at the moment. So we're trying to understand that as we move forward. So definitely lots of challenges, but lots of potential and opportunities there for working together, for collaboration, for providing potentially really good services to the community as well.
Good to know. And Gavin, just briefly, you're the head of supply chain for Thistle and Partners. If suppliers want to get in touch, want to get involved in the project, what's the best route for that?
So get in touch with me, get in touch with any of the TWP team. We do have our online supplier registration portal, but really success for me is about getting supply chain engaged early. It's about getting them engaged with our key contractors, and it's about creating opportunities within our projects, plus more widely as well. And just on Jean's point about collaboration, we are a smaller developer. We have fewer set ways of doing things in the UK market, so we are collaborative by nature. So that's a key point when engaging with us as well, is that we will always look to find common ground and pull businesses through and create those opportunities to work with us, but hopefully the wider market as well.
Brilliant. Well, look, Gavin, Jean, thank you so much for sharing a little bit more about your projects and some of the challenges, and good luck with delivering it, and enjoy the event.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Murray.